the last few days? 3 eruptions of violence have broken the silence of our planet. A blast in Indonesia, a volcanic roar in Ethiopia, and a tower of fire rising above Hong Kong's night sky. Unrelated, unconnected, or so we believe. But history warns us, nothing on Earth happens alone. The Pacific Ring of Fire stretches 40,000 kilometers, a horseshoe of volcanoes, holding more energy than every nuclear weapon ever created. Ethiopia's eruption sits thousands of miles away, too far to matter, according to textbooks. But what if the textbooks are wrong? Geologists have a phrase they don't use publicly: sympathetic eruptions. One mountain wakes up, another stirs, and sometimes the chain reaction never stops. On a quiet morning in Indonesia, a blast tears through the sky. Analysts call it an accident. Local officials release one-line statements. No one asks questions. But 36 minutes later, halfway across the world, sensors deep beneath the Ethiopian crust detect movement that shouldn't exist. One volcano waking up is normal. 2 volcanoes across continents within an hour? That's not coincidence. That's a warning. We were told to keep it quiet. All of it. The patterns, the timing, the models. For years, scientists studying global volcanic networks have been pressured to keep their findings internal, not because they are wrong, but because the truth is terrifying. The Ring of Fire is not a circle of mountains. It is a single system, connected by magma rivers deeper than Everest is tall. If one weakens, the others feel it. So the question is not what caused Ethiopia's eruption. The real question is what it triggered. Beneath the American West Coast lies a sleeping giant. Scientists call it the Beast. We call it the Cascadia Subduction Zone. If the Ring of Fire ever erupts in a chain reaction, this fault is the final domino. Tonight, we explore the terrifying scenario scientists fear but never discuss publicly. What happens if every volcano in the Pacific Ring of Fire erupts at the same time? For years, scientists believed the Ring of Fire was unpredictable, chaotic, random. But the deeper they looked, the more it resembled a single heartbeat. One pulse, one system, one failure away from catastrophe. In a private research lab along the California coast, a small team studies something the public never hears about: synchronous volcanic activity, a term so alarming it's rarely written in official documents. Over the past decade, sensors from Japan to Chile recorded subtle tremors, too weak to trigger alarms, but too organized to be ignored. Tiny shifts, tiny warnings, as if pressure was building across the ocean's spine. The recent eruptions in Indonesia and Ethiopia were not the story. They were the symptoms. A former geophysicist, speaking off record, once described the phenomenon in a single chilling sentence: the planet is talking, but no one is listening. Archived footage shows volcanic plumes rising into the sky, exploding in perfect slow motion. Zoom out, each event plotted on a glowing digital globe. 3 dots blink, a 4th location flashes, then a 5th, evidence of global synchronization. The Ring of Fire holds 75% of the world's active volcanoes. If they were to awaken in sequence even slowly, the chain would be unstoppable. Pressure would travel through magma channels deeper than the ocean floor, traveling like lightning across continents. An eruption in Alaska would whisper to a volcano in Japan. A tremor under Mexico could ripple through the crust of the Philippines. A shift near New Zealand might echo beneath the shores of South America. One system, one network, one world beneath the world. And at the center of this unstable circle lies the most dangerous point of all. The region no government wants to discuss publicly: the Cascadia Subduction Zone. Stretching from Northern California to Canada, it is quiet. Too quiet. No major eruption. No historic release of pressure. A silence that grows heavier every decade. Because silence in geology is not peace. Silence is loading. If the ring were ever to flare up, simultaneously, if every volcano released its pressure into the earth at the same moment, Cascadia wouldn't just wake up, it would rupture. Coastlines along the Pacific would experience tsunamis not measured in meters, but in stories. Continents would shake in synchronized waves. Air travel, global trade, climate systems, everything would feel the impact. Not in days, not in hours, in minutes. But the scariest part is not the eruption itself. It's the aftermath, the ash cloud that could wrap around the Earth, drop global temperatures, and ignite something long feared by researchers: a volcanic winter, a world where sunlight dims, harvests fail, weather collapses, and nations fight for resources they once took for granted. For now, the planet remains calm. The chain has not begun, but the signs, the tremors, the pressure, the recent eruptions, whisper a possibility no one wants to imagine. The Earth is a sleeping giant. The ring of fire is its heartbeat, and lately, that heartbeat is changing. For decades, computer models tried to simulate a full ring of fire ignition. Every attempt ended the same way. The simulation crashed before completion, not because of a technical error, because the outcome was too extreme for the software to stabilize. In late 2024, one quiet research team in Washington ran a new model, powered by machine learning and historical, volcanic data from the past, 12,000 years. The results shocked them. The trigger point wasn't a mega eruption. It wasn't an earthquake. It wasn't even a natural event. It was pressure transfer. The invisible shift of magma deep beneath the crust. A shift too small to feel, too fast to track, too global to stop. The model showed the sequence. First, a cluster of mid-strength volcanoes in the Philippines would erupt, nothing catastrophic, just enough to destabilize local crust. Next, Japan's volcanic ridge would feel the pressure, causing one dormant volcano to release steam, not lava, not ash, just steam. And that would be enough. Because steam release signals pressure loss, and pressure loss pulls magma upward somewhere else. In the simulation, the next eruption took place thousands of miles away, along Alaska's volcanic arc. A plume stretching kilometers into the sky, ash drifting across the Arctic. Air traffic halted instantly. Then came the point of no return. Once Alaska erupts, the stress moves south. Mexico's volcanic belt lights up one crater at a time. Chile's mountains growl like ancient beasts waking from a long sleep. Meanwhile, the ocean floor buckles. The Pacific plates slip. Pressure travels like a shock wave, and that shock wave heads straight for the one place scientists fear the most: Cascadia. The simulation's representation of the region was almost surreal. A sudden silence. No tremors. No warning. Just a long, quiet pause. As if the Earth itself were inhaling. Then, the rupture. A megathrust earthquake with the power of several hundred atomic bombs. Waves rising higher than city buildings. Shaking felt from San Francisco to Vancouver. Lights flicker. Power grids fail. Communication drops. The world watches the West Coast disappear beneath walls of water. And the chain isn't done. The shock spreads west. Japan braces. Volcanoes ignite. Ash darkens the skies above Tokyo. The entire Pacific begins to pulse with fire. Footage transitions to CGI simulation. A loop of glowing red circles exploding one after another across the ocean rim. It's not chaos. It's dominoes. A connected system releasing itself in one global exhale. Within 24 hours, the Earth enters a new atmospheric state. Ash clouds combine, forming a planet-wide veil. Temperatures begin to fall. Satellite images fade into gray. The sun becomes a pale disk behind a curtain of dust. The simulation ends on a single chilling line of text. Global temperature drop, about 4 degrees in first 60 days. Enough to rewrite civilization. A cold world, a dark sky, a planet forced into survival mode. And all of it triggered by small events that looked harmless. Events like the eruptions of the past few days. The difference is simple. This time the chain did not ignite. But one day, it might. The sky grows darker. Not from night, but from ash, slow, endless, suffocating. Satellite imagery shows a haze creeping over the Pacific, drifting toward the Americas, Asia, and Oceania. In Tokyo, alarms sound in schools and hospitals. People wear masks, unsure what is happening. Flights are canceled by the hundreds. Cities that once thrived on commerce suddenly stop. Their streets empty under a gray sky. Across the ocean, California braces for tremors along the Cascadia subduction zone. Emergency drills run in coastal towns. Residents are evacuated from low-lying areas near rivers and bays. Ships are pulled from ports. Yet even with preparation, no one can stop what's coming. Meanwhile, scientific teams work around the clock. Seismologists in Alaska, Japan, Chile, and Indonesia analyze every anomaly. Volcanologists calculate ash dispersal. Meteorologists adjust models for global temperature drops. But even the smartest minds are forced to admit the unknown. The chain reaction is unprecedented. No historical record exists for such a synchronized event. The world economy falters. Trade stops. Air traffic collapses. Shipping lanes are blocked by ash-choked seas. Power grids flicker and fail. Emergency broadcasts dominate television and internet feeds, though connectivity is patchy. The ring of fire pulses like a hidden heartbeat. deep beneath the Earth's surface. It begins as a whisper in Indonesia, small tremors barely noticeable. Then the mountains roar. Lava carves paths of destruction, ash blots the sky, and rivers of fire force entire villages to flee. The tremors race across the ocean. The Philippines awakens next. Dormant volcanoes release clouds of steam and ash. Small eruptions spiral upward, a signal of mounting tension. Scientists watch in disbelief. The Earth system is moving faster than any model can predict. Japan braces. Dormant peaks stir. Seismic alarms scream. Lava lights the night sky as residents evacuate cities. Streets once full of life now lie under a gray blanket. The Ring of Fire is no longer a line on a map. It is a living, breathing entity. Alaska trembles. Mountains roar. Magma rivers carve new paths down icy slopes. Tsunami warnings flash across the Pacific. Waves taller than skyscrapers begin forming. Coastal towns evacuate, but no one is truly prepared. The chain reaction is unstoppable. South America is next. The Andes awaken. Glaciers melt, rivers overflow, and entire towns vanish beneath ash and mud. The smoke drifts across oceans, darkening skies continents away. Humanity begins to realize no corner of the Pacific Rim is safe. New Zealand's volcanoes explode in synchronized fury. Forests ignite. Emergency sirens echo through towns. Wildlife flees in panic. Ash clouds converge, moving like an army, covering islands in gray. Humanity is forced into survival mode. Yet the planet is moving faster than anyone can respond. Even the oceans react. Waves churn, colliding in unpredictable patterns. Tsunamis rise and fall. Coastal cities along the Pacific vanish beneath walls of water. Ports and airports are paralyzed. Shipping lanes are blocked. Communication fails. Across the planet, scientists monitor satellite feeds and seismographs. They calculate ash dispersal, wind patterns, global temperature changes. But even the smartest minds are powerless. Every eruption triggers the next. Every tremor shifts the balance. The Ring of Fire is no longer a collection of volcanoes. It is one vast, unstoppable system. Ash drifts toward North America. Temperatures drop. Crops fail. Food supplies shrink. Power grids fail. Civilization teeters on the edge. Humanity scrambles to adapt, but the planet shows no mercy. The Earth is alive. It remembers every tremor, every eruption, every shift. Even a small eruption in Ethiopia could have been the spark. The chain reaction continues, faster, stronger, and more relentless than anything humans have ever witnessed. From orbit, the Earth glows red. Along the Ring of Fire, smoke and ash wrap the planet in a thick, suffocating veil. And in the silence between eruptions, one truth becomes clear. The planet will always remind humanity who truly holds the power. The Ring of Fire is alive. It is in motion. And the world has never been closer to its edge. The ash begins to settle. Not entirely, but enough to reveal a changed world. Coastal cities are silent. Fields are gray. The Pacific trembles beneath an uneasy calm. The volcanoes along the Ring of Fire continue to smolder. Some slowly, some violently. Even dormant peaks show cracks of life. The planet is not at rest. It never rests. Humanity watches and waits. Some have rebuilt in small pockets. Others remain isolated, struggling to survive against the cold. The darkness and the shortages. Technology helps, but it cannot control what the Earth has decided. In labs, scientists examine data from the past weeks, months, years. Patterns emerge. Pressure builds again. The chain of potential eruptions remains, dormant yet alive. A subtle reminder, the cycle never truly ends. Satellite images slowly pan across continents. Ash-covered mountains, glowing magma vents, rivers of fire. The beauty of destruction is undeniable, terrifying yet mesmerizing. It is the power of a world beyond human control. The camera moves outward, leaving the planet, showing Earth from space. The Ring of Fire glows faintly beneath the clouds. A living, breathing scar, a reminder of what could happen, and what always happens in time. And in the quiet, a single thought echoes. Even the smallest shift, like the eruption of a single Ethiopian volcano, can ripple across the globe. One spark can ignite the unimaginable, and the Earth remembers every spark, every shift, every eruption. The screen fades to black. Text appears. The Earth moves on, but we are never free from its memory. Silence. The music lingers. Then the credits roll. If you were captivated by the story of the Ring of Fire and want to explore more of Earth's hidden mysteries, subscribe and join us as we uncover the planet's most secretive forces.